that is making of Germany and Italy. So making of Germany and Italy refers to the unification of Germany and Italy. So first of all, we are going to study about the unification of Germany, right? So after 1848, nationalism in Europe moved away from its association with democracy and revolution. Nationalist sentiments, we have already read that what is nationalist sentiments. When we did romanticism, I told you that it is a form of nationalist sentiment, were often mobilized by conservatives for promoting state power and achieving political domination over Europe. Side by side, besides the liberal nationalists who are trying to take power, that is the conservatives. This can be observed in the process with Germany and Italy came to be unified as nation states. We know these were divided into various parts and the process of unification was going on. We have already read that Germany was a confederation of 39 states and as a result it had to be united, but the Prussian and the Austrian dominance was not clear as yet कि कौन इसको ओवरपावर करके जर्मनी को एक नेशन बनाएगा. As you have seen, nationalist feelings were widespread among the middle class Germans who in 1848 tried to unite the different regions of German confederation into a nation state and governed by an elected parliament. But we know that was a failure, that was not successful. This liberal initiative to nation building was, however, repressed. Repressed is that the uprising which was there or the movement which they wanted to bring or the changes which they wanted to bring were suppressed or repressed by the combined forces of the monarchy and the military, supported by large landowners of Prussia. So from then on, Prussia took the leadership. अब हमारे पास दो थी, एक ऑस्ट्रिया and one is Prussia. There is no who took over. Right? They have taken over the task of unification of Germany. Clear? And next, what they are doing? That from then on, Prussia took the leadership of the movement for a national unification. Its chief minister, Bismarck. We have already written that Bismarck was in your book it is written architect of this process. So why they are using that Bismarck? He was the architect of this process. Why? Means that the main plan. Architect कौन होता है? Architect होता है जो person who makes the draft of the house, the plan of the house. Is it clear? And accordingly then the construction is done. So we are not talking about any such thing here. So here when we say we have already written that what was the role, it means that the main role played in the unification of Germany was of Bismarck. So sometimes you get this as a question only. Ki why Bismarck is called as the architect of the German unification. So in this what you have to do? You have to write about German unification only. Only that in the beginning you have to highlight that the main role or the plan which was finally executed in the unification of Germany was drafted by Bismarck. Clear? Carried out with the help of the Prussian army and the bureaucracy. 3 wars over 7 years, that is with Austria, Denmark and France, ended in Prussian victory and completed the process of unification. So therefore in 1871, the Prussian king William I was proclaimed German emperor in a ceremony held at Versailles. इसके साथ ही कनेक्टेड एंड का पार्ट है, लास्ट का पैराग्राफ देखो उसमें दिया हुआ है कि the nation building process in Germany had demonstrated the domination of Prussian state power. The new state placed a strong emphasis कि जो अब new unified Germany है, so what they will work for, वो अब क्या करना चाहेंगे? Modernizing the currency, banking, legal and judicial systems in Germany. क्यों? क्योंकि हम पढ़ चुके हैं कि जो ट्रेडर्स थे उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम्स आती थी. यहाँ पर आ रहा है ना, मॉडर्नाइजिंग द करेंसी, बैंकिंग सिस्टम एंड द लीगल एंड जुडिशियल सिस्टम्स इन जर्मनी. Prussian mayors and practices often became a model. जो उससे पहले यूनिफिकेशन से प्रूशिया में चल रहा था. Clear? The model means that some administrative setup, जो प्रूशियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेटअप था उसी को मॉडल बना के, मॉडल समझ के जब जर्मनी यूनिफाई हुआ तो उसमें उसको फॉलो किया गया. क्लियर? सो नेक्स्ट इज द इटालियन यूनिफिकेशन on page number 20, that is Italy unified. Now the first thing is that Italy too had a long history of political fragmentation, right? What is political fragmentation? Political fragmentation means divided into different parts. Suppose हम कहते थे the glass broke into different fragments, a lot of fragments. ठीक है ना? ग्लास गिरा और टूट गया, ठीक है, और छोटे छोटे पीसेस में टूट गया. तो fragmentation means that at that time naturally when we are reading कि हम इटली को यूनिफाई कर रहे हैं तो it was not a one political entity, वो एक स्टेट नहीं था, it was divided into fragmentation. ये चीजें आपको ध्यान से सुननी है because if you get sources, question on sources, you must know the meaning. Now how it was divided into, how it was a political fragmentation? It was scattered over several dynastic states as well as multinational Habsburg Empire. So Italy was, we have already read before also that it was divided into various states. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states. Clear? And there was only one state, that is Sardinia Piedmont, which was under the Italian, in the next line, Italian princely houses. तो सिर्फ एक जो सार्डिनिया पीडमॉन्ट था, सिर्फ वही एक इटालियन प्रिंसली हाउसेस के अंडर था. बाकी जो सारी 6 स्टेट्स है, हमने 7 पढ़ा ना, दैट इट वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू 7 स्टेट्स. दोस वर अंडर डिफरेंट डायनेस्टीज और डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और रूलर्स. सो नेक्स्ट इज दैट द नॉर्थ वाज रूल्ड बाय, इन द साउथ व्हिच डायनेस्टी वाज देयर, इन द सेंटर. सो लेट्स मूव फर्दर. And then Italian language had not acquired one common form and still had many regional and local variations. Regional and local variations means कि जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कितनी बार कि जैसे पंजाब में कौन सी लैंग्वेज है? पंजाबी. पंजाबी is spoken, but Punjabi is spoken in a different way in माझा, दोआबा and मालवा. आपके 3 रीजन्स है ना, जनरली हम पंजाब में लैंग्वेज की बात करते हैं तो एक पर्टिकुलर जैसे दुआबा रीजन है, इसमें एक वर्ड जब किसी एक चीज के लिए हम एक ऐसा वर्ड यूज करते हैं, उसी चीज के लिए हो सकता है माझा में लोग उसको अलग वे से बोलते हो और मालवा में है ये, दिस इज देयर. कभी आप देखना कि जैसे एक बड़ा कोई कॉमन सी चीज है, उसको हम अपनी फैमिली में किसी और तरह से बोलते हैं, किसी और एरिया में चले जाओ तो इफ यू विल स्पीक द सेम वर्ड दे विल आस्क यू ये क्या है भी, हम तो इसको ये कहते हैं यहाँ पर. सो व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज रीजनल एंड लोकल वेरिएशंस. इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? रीजनल एंड लोकल वेरिएशंस. तो ये बहुत सारे कंट्रीज में, बहुत स्टेट्स में ये चीजें होती हैं. सो एट दैट टाइम इन इटली ऑल्सो, इटली वॉज नॉट वन कॉमन लैंग्वेज which was spoken as such, right? There were regional variations as well. Clear? Next, during the 1830s, Giuseppe Mazzini के बारे में हम already पढ़ चुके हैं. We have read about the role of Mazzini, that he was a revolutionary, how he was in exile. Clear? He was a part of the uprising. Later on, he had to live in exile. Then, when he was in exile, he formed 2 underground secret societies, that is the Young Italy and the Young Europe, and he continued to work for the unification of Italy. So Mazzini sought to put together a coherent program for a unitary Italian republic. हमने किया है फेडरल और यूनिटरी. जब हम 2 वर्ड यूज करते हैं, एक यूनिटरी और फेडरल. यूनिटरी होता है एक कंबाइंड, right? Then power is in one hand, or the concentration of power is in, जैसे सेंटर, जैसे हम इंडिया का करते हैं ना, इंडिया इज यूनिटरी एंड फेडरल एट द सेम टाइम. ठीक है, तो जैसे ही हम वर्ड फेडरल यूज करते हैं, इट मींस देयर इज सेपरेशन ऑफ पावर्स. He also had formed a secret society called Young Italy for the dissemination of his goals. Dissemination of his goals means that he wanted to spread the information. ठीक है, जो इसने सीक्रेट सोसाइटीज बनाई तो उसमें किस तरह की इंफॉर्मेशन की स्प्रेड करना चाहता था? दैट इज हाउ दे आर गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर द यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली. The failure of revolutionary uprisings both in 1831 and 1848 meant that the mantle now fell on Sardinia Piedmont. अब हम पहले पढ़ चुके हैं Sardinia Piedmont में कौन रूल कर रहा था? Only that state was in which Italian princely house was there. Clear? Under the king Victor Emmanuel II to unify the Italian states through war. In the eyes of the ruling elites of this region, a unified Italy offered them the possibility of. Now, why they wanted to work for the unification of Italy? Because they wanted economic development and political dominance. Right? Next, we will read about the role of Chief Minister Cavour. Right? Cavour. Next, you have that Chief Minister Cavour, who led the movement to unify the regions of Italy, was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. He was a liberal. Like many other wealthy and educated members, this is information about him only. That Italian elite, he spoke French better than he did Italian. Through a tactful diplomatic alliance, this is important about Cavour. This is his achievement, that he planned a tactful diplomatic alliance with France, engineered by Cavour. Sardinia Piedmont succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859. Apart from regular troops, a large number of armed volunteers under the leadership of Garibaldi. अब क्या हो गया? पहले हमने पढ़ा Cavour के बारे में, Mazzini, right? Then later on we have read Cavour. Cavour was the person who was able to diplomatic alliance Sardinia Piedmont and defeat of Austria. अब हमारे third person has entered, that is Garibaldi. So that's why at that time I told you that you can omit the word Giuseppe and you can learn Mazzini. That will be much easier for you. And here you can learn Garibaldi. Clear? Joined the fray. Fray का क्या मतलब है कि उस टाइम पे जो चल रहा था वो भी अब उसका हिस्सा बन गया. Joined the fray का मतलब होता है that he also became part of the, जो वहां पर revolutionary movements चल रही थी to unify Italy. Now Garibaldi also became a part of it. In 1860, they marched into South Italy and the kingdom of Two Sicilies and succeeded in winning the support of the local peasants. इससे पहले हमने पढ़ा था कि liberal nationalists जो थे, they were not very much in, उन्होंने जब वो constitution draft किया, clear? That time हमने पढ़ा था ना, they lost the support of the peasants. राइट? उससे पहले हमने वीवर्स रिवोल्ट के बारे में भी पढ़ा था. तो वी नो दैट जो लोअर क्लास है, वर्कर्स क्लास है, वो अभी तक सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है बिकॉज दे आर नॉट पार्ट ऑफ इट. ये रेवोल्यूशन कौन कर रहा है? मिडिल क्लास एलीट, बिजनेसमैन, टीचर्स, प्रोफेशनल्स, क्लर्क्स, ये पढ़ा था ना हमने. तो बट नाउ Garibaldi, what he is doing, he is making an effort to involve these peasants as well in the unification process. So, in the Two Sicilies succeeded in winning the support of the local peasants in order to drive out the Spanish rulers. ठीक है? Spanish rulers हमने यहाँ पर किए थे. They were ruling in the central Italy. In 1861, Victor Emmanuel II was proclaimed King of the United Italy. So, the process of unification of Italy was completed in 1860.